Well, hey YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about the best zero for a 22 long rifle, slash. I know that's what's in the title. Slash point of impact shift with different ammo. Let's talk about what got me started on this to begin with. This model 572 pump action. I bought 25 years ago from my granddaddy. It never had worked, and I put it in the safe. Forgot I even had it. A couple weeks ago, I was going through the safe, found it, took it apart, realized it was a broken firing pin, ordered it, got it back in. Now, before all these tests and targets I'm about to show you and go over with, I've only shot this approximately 10 times with this video in mind the whole way through. So, lined up about 20 feet away, bore shot it, got it close, moved it out to 50, took another couple shots, dialed it in, took it out to 75 yards, took about 3 or 4 more shots, dialed it in for a 75-yard zero. So less than 10 shots since the gun's been fixed. And this morning I woke up, said, well, let's do this video we're about to go over. What's the best zero? And how much does different ammo affect point of aim or point of impact shift? And why I believe a 50-yard zero for a 22 is the best zero. Especially, be honest with you, unless you're just beat shooting, how many people realistically take 100-yard shots with 22 long rifle? I have before, but it's pretty well known, knowing a holdover is easier than holding down. It's always been that way. All right, so with that fact, or with that knowledge, let's show you some targets here that I started with this morning. Okay, gents, this morning, as you can see, I wrote all my targets here. This was a CCI's standard velocity with a 75-yard zero. I shot all these targets, starting in from 25 yards, next 50 yards, then 75 yards, and then a 100-yard shot. All right, so real quick, we go down here. 25 yards, I shot a 5/8 inch group, and it was shooting 1.5 inches high. That's with a 75-yard zero. Scan over here to the 50-yard shot. Target was here. I was shooting a 1.5 inch group, and it was shooting 2.5 inches high. All right, 75 yards, which it was zeroed in for, and it was an 1.5/8 inch group. All right, 100 yards. Aiming point was here. We shot a 4 3/8 inch group, and an average of 5 1/4 inches low. All right, let's go to the next one here. Maybe not. Get that out of the way. Ignore this, I'll go over this in a little bit. All right, so now we're shooting the CCI standard with a 50-yard zero. Actually, all I did was bring the adjustment on the scope down 16 clicks. That's what I call it. Anyway, we'll start here with the 25-yard zero. I mean the 25-yard shot with the 50-yard zero. So I shot a 7/8 inch group, 3 1/4 inches high. 50 yards, just a 1 inch group, about in line there. Now at 75 yards, I shot a 2 inch group, and it was shooting 4 inches low. And I made a side note when I seen this on my scope. It was a 1 mil. It was hitting 1 mil low. That'll come into play later. Okay. Now, you know what? I made a mistake right here, and I'll correct it. When I was doing my group measurements, I thought I grouped there, but I know I shot here. So, group size is going to be the same, but let me correct this. super quick. And I ain't gonna edit that out. The truth is an advertising. Aim point here. Impact down here. So it was a 2 1/4 inch group. And instead of 4 1/2, it was 8 1/2 inches low, which was 2 mil dots, approximately. Okay. This up here, this happened, this was my last shot of the day. I was aiming over here with about a 2 mil hold, and the wind had done picked up so bad by then, I probably shouldn't even took the shot. As you can see, we were all over the place with the wind blowing. That's something else you can't forget about it. The longer ranges, especially with the 22, the wind will blow you all over the place. All right, moving on. This is Gila Super Extra High Velocity. I don't recall what is that box right there. I do not recall the velocity, but it's at least 200 feet per second higher than the CCI. But anyway, I did not move the scope. Scope was still zeroed for the standard velocity CCI. First group, 25 yards. We had a 5/8 inch group, and I was shooting 3/4 inches high. Now on this is the only one I noticed as a flyer, simply because I know it was. I was standing either on a twig, a pine cone or something, and as I was pulling the trigger, it broke or gave way out from my feet, so I knew that was a flyer. But anyway, it was an 1.5 inch group and an average of 1 inch high. So moving on to the 75 yards. Still holding dead on. We had a 2 1/4 inch group, the average of shooting 1 inch low. Now, aiming here, impact here. Question mark of why, because I've shot this out of both my 10-22s and they absolutely love it. And I have no idea why I'm getting that horizontal string in there, because each shot felt good. Just a little question mark to myself. I probably need to come back and shoot this again to see what was going on. Wind wasn't blowing. I have no idea. Anyway, that said, we had a 5 3/4 inch group, averaging about 5 1/2 inches low. Moving on. Shooting the CCI mini mags. Let me see the box there. Still haven't touched the scope. It was zeroed in with the standard velocity CCI. We got a 25 yards. We got a 7/8 inch group, 3/4 inches high. And as you can see, even right here, I noticed hitting to the left, point of impact shift. 50 yards. We got a 1 3/4 inch group, 3/4 inches high, and I'm measuring the point of impact shift 1 3/4 inches left. As you can tell, once your ammo is off from the original, it'll start walking, and you'll be able to see this more and more. All right, 75 yards. I'm sorry, aim point was right here. We had a 3 5 inch group. It was streamlined at the point of impact, no high or low impact, but the POI shift went to 2 1/2 inches to the left. So it's steadily walking out. 100 yard shot. 4 1/2 inch group, averaging 3 inches low. Here. And the point of impact shift now has moved to 3 1/2 inches to the left. On a side note, I will run it in for you right after I get through talking, I guess. This mini mag that everybody brags on, which it is still rim fire. is the only shell today that I had a misfire with. I have the pictures of it, and both of them, I refed it again and had another misfire. So I finally threw it away, and I'll show you the pictures right now. Finally today, we shot the Federal Auto Match, still with the CCI standard velocity 50 yard zero. 25 yards, we got a 3/4 inch group, and I'm shooting an average of 3/4 inches high. At 50 yards, we had a 2 3/4 inch group and 1 inch high, which is very surprising to me because I felt good about them all. And this ammo shoots good out of every single thing else I own. My two 10-22s, my whatever Taurus TX pistol, Smith & Wesson Victory, so on, so on. So that group kind of shot me. 75 yards, we shot 2.5 inch and an average of 1 1/4 inch low. Wind picked up, was a note to myself. It was later in the day, the wind picked up. This over here on the left, just to see how it was shooting. Got a 3 1/8 inch group. This is at 100 yards with a 1 mil holdover here, just to where I could see how far it was going. So, not too awful bad. All right. Oh, the original one. About forgot about it. Aim point was here at 100 yards with a dead hold. We had a 3 1/4 inch group, and it was shooting 4 1/4 inches low. Right there. With all that said, I figured I'd try to shoot some video for you guys. I mean, I'm about to roll it in here, but before you see it, I think I'm gonna lash out on 100. I didn't notice, but my camera went out of picture, so you couldn't see it. Anyway, I'll show you the cans. I was trying to show reactive materials, and if you know your weapon, know what the holdover is, you can take your gun with a 50 yard zero and do everything that it's capable of. All right, where am I at here? Can, all targets I was shooting was like this. That's at 25 yards, a dead hold, dead zero hold. 25 yards. 50 yards, dead hold, straight in. Now, on the video, I thought I missed my first 75 yard shot, but when I went down there, I guess I didn't shake up the can, so it wasn't explosive. So you can clearly see I hit both times at 75 yards with a 1 mil dot holdover. At 100 yards, I missed my first 2 shots, which ain't surprising. It's a target this big, and I believe my group size for this standard at 100 yards was 2 1/4, which is about the size of this. So any little bit of pull, I missed. But anyway, I missed my first 2. You'll see the video. I believe I went barely to the right on one, barely high on the other. And I thought I clipped it, which I did. Clipped it here, and then on the 4th shot, hit it there. Anyway, so I'm gonna roll that in there for you now. All right, guys, here we are at the bench. After we did all this paper good running here, I've got some soda pop laid up facing like that way at 25, 50, 75, and 100 yards. I'm gonna load up with 8 of these CCI standard loads. I'm gonna flip the camera back around. That's giving me 2 shots at each target. A good kill shot on a rabbit. And when I flip it over before I shoot, I'll tell you where the hold is that I'm using. 25 yards, I'm gonna be holding just to the bottom of the can. Got that one. 50 yards. Gonna be aiming dead center. Got it. Now at 75, I'm gonna be holding 1 mil dot. I think I went just over. Alrighty. Got it. Nicked it, but I still got it. At the 100-yard mark, I'm gonna be aiming 2 mil dots high. And I do have that bank for a background. It can help me here. Just to the right of it. Just high. I'm running out of ammo that I'm giving myself. I believe I nicked it, but I do have one more. I sure got it in anyway. Hope you enjoyed it. I know the quality is all shit, but I figured you need to watch something anyhow. All right, with all this said, what does this mean? Nothing really. What it means is you need to take the time, get out with your gun, your optics, or your open sights, whatever it is. Each gun's going to shoot different. I mean, my 10-22 shoots that auto match dead nuts. I mean, I can hit anything from point blank to 100, and I think I'm getting like an 1.75 inch or an 1.75 inch group at 100 yards, and everything else, it's a tack driver with it. And with this gun, it opened it up. But instead of reading the forums and people going 75 yards, zero's the best. It might be for their gun and what they're shooting. High velocity versus standard velocity, which we all know is just subsonic low velocity. But it don't matter what you do, you need to get out there and test your own stuff. Yes, and like I said, if I had to carry the video camera around with me doing all this video wouldn't have got done. So get out there, do your own testing, know your rifle, know your ammo. Until next time.